it. Do everyone hear me? Because I want to make sure my mic is working. Give me a thumbs up if you hear me. So my name is Marisol Credle, and this is my first time using Ecamm Live. So I'm really excited to be here today. And thank you so much, Ecamm, for having me. Yay, you can hear me, great. Perfect, I was like, I don't know if anyone is gonna be able to hear me. But again, my name is Marisol Credle. I'm finally here, and I am the founder and creator of Top Secret Songwriter. It is a small business that I created for independent songwriters. I'm also a transformation coach, and I'm just so excited to share some things about myself and about Top Secret Songwriter. How did I get to that place of creating Top Secret Songwriter, and what music creators can expect when going to my website and learning more about the products and services that I offer. And also, I'm going to, for all of those who want to support the Equal Justice Initiative, I'll have a link for that as well. And I'm sure that you received an email with all the information about how you can donate and contribute to the organization. But for right now, I just want to tell a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Connecticut, and I've been on this kind of long journey. You ever feel like you've lived multiple lives all in one time? And there's so many different stories that you can pull from to create one big story, but everything is kind of like in its own lane. But I started off writing from a tender age of 8 years old. And I was very lucky because I had a sister who was very much into music, and she was an MC. And when I was 13, she introduced me to her management, and from management, they introduced me to music producers. And from there, I ended up in the studio and recorded my first song that I ever written called Stronger, which depicted a relationship that was just failing. And I'd never been in a relationship, but it was something that I was able to observe. And so that kind of spiked my love and interest for music and songs and creating on that level. So from there, I just continued to write songs, and I was able to audition for the Apollo and made it through the auditions and was able to grace the stage of Apollo. And through my journey, I was able to work with different music producers from Sony, JYP, Warner Music, and BMG. So it's been a great journey because I was able to learn so much. And, being here today, I can say that I'm very, very blessed, and I'm excited to connect with all of you who are wondering, like, what is Top Secret Songwriter and who is this person in front of me? But this has been a long journey, and so some of the products and services that I offer from Top Secret Songwriter is it's a Songwriter Kit that I created, and also coaching services for not just music creators, but for the average person in society who is looking for ways of getting through and navigating through any barriers and obstacles you have in life. So that is something that I'm very passionate about. But to get to Top Secret Songwriter, I had to go through my own life's journey and transformation to get to this place, to be able to inspire and help other people get through any obstacles that they're facing. So if you were someone who purchased my kit and you went through the videos and you listened to the things I was saying, so a lot of it heavy is talking about you, the individual person, and how it's very important for you as a person who is a creative. We know how difficult it is when you are a person who loves to create things and you just have so many ideas and you want to do everything all at once, and it can seem very overwhelming. But I've learned that it takes a lot of discipline, planning, consistency, and all these other levels and layers that come along with trying to create a path for yourself that you can feel very happy and fulfilled with. So my journey was just a little different. I was very fortunate to have exposure at an early age, because of my sibling, to be introduced to music. And then going from there, I kind of used my intuition and my guts and just followed that. And one thing led to another, to another, to another. So everything that I've learned on my journey, I wanted to be able to give that back to anyone to avoid any mistakes, any pitfalls, to gain the confidence you really, really need to be in the music industry and to really navigate through any of these obstacles. So yeah, this is what it's all about. And I'm just really excited that I was able to get to this place to create and to have others who are being helped and assisted along their journeys as well, because that's what it's all about. I'm so happy. All right, so let's see. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about 2016 is when I actually came up with the idea for Top Secret Songwriter. I started off as a songwriter myself, like I said. I had a co-publishing deal with big management in New York City under the late and great Gary Salzman, who passed away to COVID-19 in the past 3 months. And he was a great person, and I was able to learn so much by being signed to his company. And it was a whole new arena, a whole new form of music that I never knew existed. It was the dance and pop world. And I was this R&B singer, songwriter, and now I'm introduced to this world and all his artists and the connections he had overseas. It was strictly based on dance. And so you can imagine someone coming from that background and being pushed into this new world that I receive like a music track from a producer, and I'm like, how do I write a song to this? So in that year, I think it was about 2012, 2013, I was able to play songs with independent artists from their record labels and pushed out so many demos to different companies. Simultaneously, I worked with JYP, which is a company out in Korea, for different pop, K-pop groups, and I worked with a producer there. And so all of these little avenues that I was able to open up for myself, it all stemmed from my curiosity and my willingness to hustle, to learn, to network, to collaborate, and to find those avenues that could really work for my good. And those are the things and the lessons that I want to teach other music creators, and how important it is to really stand on a foundation that is stemmed from values and knowing your worth and what is your mission, what are you set out here to do on your path and on your journey, what drives you, what gives you energy. So those are the things that I'm very, very passionate about, and that's what I do with Top Secret Songwriter. I'm providing resources for music creators who are just starting out, or maybe you are starting over and you want to learn different tools and techniques and strategies that you can use with your music in today's music industry. And I really, really stress the importance of independent songwriters and what does that look like and what is expected of you if you are going to go that route. But I also, gather material and resources for songwriters who would like to go the publishing deal route or would like to be signed to a label and receiving those kind of ideas and services. So it's basically giving everything that I've learned over the years to every music creator who comes on my platform. They're going to be blessed with those same jewels that I didn't receive when I first started out. So I'm really fortunate to be able to be a business owner at this age and time and to create a product that I adore and I'm passionate about, and I feel like it goes along with everything I stand for, with helping others create and get closer to their dreams and making those dreams into a reality. because it's so difficult as a creator to have all these ideas and they just sit in your mind for days and days and months, and then there's years and years, and you're saying, I really want to do this, but I really want to do this, but I feel like I need this, this, and this in order to do this. And that was something that was going through my mind before I got to this place, to feel like I needed all of these things before I can start, before I can create, before I can do the things that I know was deep inside of me. So it wasn't until I just said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. If I don't have all the resource, I'm going to do it. If I don't have all the money, I'm going to do it if I don't know what I'm doing. And that's the way I begin to learn, by just stepping out on faith, because faith is really important to me in my journey. And it's something that gives me strength and drive. So when I look to that, I am able to move forward and know that I'm not going to always have all the answers, and everything is going to be okay at the end of the day. So that's something that I am very excited about, and I'm just so honored to be here and being recognized as a Black content creator by Ecamm, and I'm just so privileged to know that you guys are doing this for people like me who start their own companies and really need that support. Yes, definitely. Let's see. So Caleb, you said we'll always accomplish more by trying than never trying at all. That is so true. That's how I've ever accomplished anything. And trust me, the more you do, the greater it's kind of like every level you reach in life where you felt like, I've learned a lesson, I got it. Every time you feel like you got it, there's another layer to that you have to go through. And each time is going to propel you more forward. So you're just going to always continuously grow and evolve. And there's always going to be something new that you're going to learn and that you can bring to the table. So it's a blessing to be able to be in these different seasons of your life when you never know what's going to happen. You can have all the plans written down, and you can think about all the things that you want to happen and you want to manifest, and then there could be like a monkey wrench that just comes in and be like, oh, I thought I was going to do it this way, and somehow you get drifted off into another path and you end up doing something totally different. And that's kind of what happened to me with starting off songwriting to feeling that my mission and my calling shifted. And I used to question, I would go to these different music conferences all over the world, from ASCAP to MIDAM in France, and I would invest so much money and so much time and researching and networking and talking to so many music producers and music supervisors. And I said, well, God, what do you want me to do with all this? Because I have all these songs, all these demos, all these things out there. Some of them are getting placed with independent artists. Other ones are just sitting there. People are saying, oh, we like it, but we're not going to use this song. It's so much competition. What do I do with all of these years of knowledge and everything that I've picked up along the years? And so what I received back was, you need to be able to give this back to other people. And so that's where my calling kind of shifted, where I felt like I was really led to help and steward other folks to learn more about the music industry and mainly about themselves, to know how powerful we are as people, as individuals, as humans, to really be in control and managers of our own lives, and how we want to be recognized, to know our worth, and to know what we're actually capable of. And when you know all those things, you won't fall for everything. And the music industry can have its dark side. And that's why I felt it was so, so, so important for me to definitely put myself out there and to give this back. Hi, Midori. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. So I kind of went off on a little tangent, but I'm very excited to be here. I'm just talking about how I came to Top Secret Songwriter, to this whole idea of this brand, of this company that supports music creators who are just starting out on their journey or starting over and looking for different resources and tools to help them navigate through this new music industry. So that is the best thing here. All right, let's see. How has Top Secret Songwriter adapted with COVID? I know so many events, performances have been limited with everything. Yes, definitely. Things have been limited as far as I do this premiere event, which I started last year because Top Secret Songwriters launched September of last year. And I do this event each year called Pitch My Song, which is a shorter form of a TV show idea that I wanted to create, which I'm creating right now. And so when COVID hit, this is kind of funny how I kind of look at things in life. As far as the kits being purchased and sold, has not been as affected as far as like the orders, getting to your homes, not in the time frame that you might want it to. So that's kind of slowed down the delivery time. But as far as my event, that kind of shifted because it was going to be, it was all scheduled out for July 2nd, and I was like, okay, this is great. But when COVID came, it kind of it shifted things quite a bit, and I thought to myself, well, maybe this is the opportunity to utilize COVID happening to really make this the show, the TV show. And so that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. So it's going to be something that you can watch on a YouTube network that I'm going to be creating for Pitch My Song. And Pitch My Song is a premiere event that I created where 5 or 6 songwriters, singer-songwriters will get on stage, perform their song in front of music supervisors, publishers, and music production teams to pitch their song for opportunities. So all of the music supervisors, publishers, and music production teams will be vetted to know exactly what projects they need songs for, to make sure that artists who are going to be performing could actually have an opportunity to get a placement. And it also is a platform for artists to be recognized, and also a way for artists to connect with other music supervisors and publishers who are independent songwriters, and they can expand their network. So it's really a way to really help singer-songwriters, performers, to be able to have that, to really help them on their journey of creating music. So that's in the works right now. I'm going to be doing a GoFundMe page to raise the funds to really set it off in a spectacular way. And I just figured, I need a little help with this. So that's going to be coming, and I'm really excited about it. So COVID actually acted as a little blessing for this opportunity to shift in the way that it's shifting. So that is exciting. Yes. So another reason why I created Top Secret Songwriter is because when I was traveling around and going to music conferences and events and meeting different people, I realized that a lot of my fellow songwriters did not know much about the business behind the songs. They didn't know how to register their songs. They didn't know anything about copywriting. They didn't know anything about contracts and learning how to protect their music and keep their products safe. And they were getting in bad deals with publishing companies and management teams, and they were just having a hard time. And a lot of times they'll have a manager who kind of shops around their songs and get them deals and help them, and their manager will have all the connections, the whole network, everything, so you can focus on just being an artist. So that's the benefit of having a manager or label or publishing company over you. You kind of split the costs, and you get the focus on just the art and the creativity of making the music, and they do all the other work. But if you're an independent songwriter or artist and you have a manager and they're doing these things, when things go bad or if things don't work out and you end up saying, I don't want you as a manager, or I don't want to work with you as a publishing company, all the resources kind of goes away with that person or with that company. So what I'm trying to teach people is to create your own network, create your own Rolodex of connections and contacts that you can have at your disposal, because when you have someone else doing all that for you, when it doesn't work out, you're kind of left to start from scratch. So it's really, really important to do that. All right, just looking at the comments here. Yes. So look out for the GoFundMe page. It will be coming out probably by the end of this week for Pitch My Song, the TV show, which is going to be on a YouTube channel that I'm going to be creating. So I'm very, very excited about that. But it is important that I continue to spread the message that artists must know their worth, must know the business behind the songs, and must know how to network and collaborate with others, must learn about relationships and how important relationships are in aiding in their life and their journey. Yes. Midori, you said this is an area you're not familiar with, but is very interesting. Well, great, thank you. But thank you for being here. Yeah, it's so many layers to the music business, and I'm just happy that artists, even though there's this undermining with artists of paying them less, songwriters getting paid like 9 cents, per spin or 1 cent per spin or stream, just these low numbers, and these are really talented artists, and everyone benefits off of the songwriter. And everyone enjoys the music, right? And we have these soundtracks to our lives, and we're so excited when we go to the weddings and we're dancing, and we're at the birthday parties, and we're in church and all of these things, but we never think about the songwriters, the people who create these songs and the music, and how much goes into that, and all these major companies that take away from the artists. So I just want to teach artists to be in control of their own money. Antoine says, you're providing a great service. I hear about too many artists getting jerked out of their money. Yes. So many familiar stories very, very often, and it's unsettling. Like, it makes me sad because everyone enjoys it, but the songwriter doesn't really reap all the benefits from that. And you have artists that are struggling, and and when COVID hit, a lot of artists, they make their money from events and shows and selling their merchandise at the shows, and then when you can't do shows, it's like your money is stopped. And a lot of artists are relying on that money. So I want to come in and be able to support artists, to let them know to have multiple streams of income, learning how to be creative with their gifts and talents, and learning how to utilize that to make another stream of income, because there's so much knowledge within each and every person, and you just got to find that and tap into that and allow it to work for your good. Definitely. So I was going to let's see here. What do you think about so many artists going independent as opposed to big labels? Well, it's inevitable. I think with the shift of things, record labels was really robbing a lot of artists, and big artists that we know. Like, we heard the stories with TLC and Milli Vanilli and all these artists that got scammed and got into contracts. They had no idea, what the fine print was, maybe didn't know that they should have had a lawyer that looked over everything. But I think it's something that is really great, because I feel like it will bring back the value to a songwriter when you are owner of the things that you create and not everyone else owning it, right? So it increases the value for the songwriter and the demand. So if each person, begins to realize, like, hey, I'm not making ends meet. So much competition. I have to wait for the big companies, which usually shelf you, or they have thousands of songs that they got to choose from. And so the fact that you may not be at the top of that list, you can have. I have songs sitting right now in different companies where it's like, oh, we're not going to use that yet. We don't have an artist for that yet, you know? So it's just waiting game a lot of times. But I think is a great way to really own your own stuff and be happy with the choices you make. Let's see here. Caleb says, so many of our favorite songs by our favorite artists are sometimes not even written by them. It's crazy to realize with social media evolving. That's so true. Yeah, so you have like ghostwriters a lot of times, and they would say, they would take ownership of it. That's what a ghostwriter do. They waive their credits. So they get paid for the song with the royalties and stuff, so they'll take a percentage, but the artist gets to go on and say like they wrote the song. So it kind of makes it more, it's better for the public to think that. Dean, that is why I always remind my students to register with a pro and all the other places like Sound Exchange. Yes, definitely. Registering with a pro. And pros are performance organizations that you will get your, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Your royalties from, performance royalties organizations. So we have BMI, CSAC, and ASCAP here. And definitely any of those different softwares and other companies help to manage receiving your payment for people who perform your songs. And Harry Fox organization as well. I'll sit back and listen now. Absolutely. Let's see here. Caleb says, I know recently a young woman of color wrote Rain on Me for Lady Gaga on her new album. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't hear about that, but that's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. Yeah. Performance rights organizations, yes. All right, thankful that Lady Gaga credited her. Okay, Caleb is saying, thankful that Lady Gaga credited her as a contributor, but it's crazy to think that it would never be as mainstream without Lady Gaga's name on it. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. And you have to realize that there's so many independent artists that record labels will see them. Like, you know, you might have a rep from there or A&R, and they will jack the whole style of that artist for an artist that they have signed at their label already, because they're trying to find, you know, they're trying to fine tune the artist and have a personality and create this whole personality with them. And so a lot of times they do take from independent artists, or they feel like, oh, they only have 50,000 followers. This won't hurt. Let's just jack their whole style and use that with one of the artists that we're representing. And you see that happen a lot, where you have an artist that sounds like another artist, and you're like, whoa, they sound so similar, and their songs sound so similar. So it is quite the the game, right? How these major labels kind of use artists in these ways, and that's why I think it's so important to know what you're getting into. And there's some artists who just want those kind of things. They want to be signed, they want the life, the glam life, the money, but most of them do not have money. You know, they get paid that contract, you know, advance money, and sometimes that have to be recouped. They have to pay it back. And if they don't have another hit, they get shelved, or you won't hear another song from them. And they have to go on tour and have to pay this label back all that money. So a lot of times you see these artists with all these jewels and diamonds, and they really don't have any money. These things are moving kind of fast. Okay, one other one. So is being attached to a pro for the music industry the same as SAG for the film industry? So performance rights organization, they help collect royalties on your behalf. So if it gets played on TV, someone performs it at a concert or an event hall, they collect those royalties. And so you want to register your songs with them so you can make sure you get paid those kind of royalties. Doug says, Marisol, back in the day, you used to be able to mail a cassette to yourself as your poor man woman's copyright. Does that sort of, oh, I missed it. Wait, let's see. That sort of protection happen if you post a video to YouTube or Facebook? Yes, that's kind of similar to the same thing. So if you can go on SoundCloud and post a song, yeah, that could be suffice to show like it's kind of stuck in time where everyone can see it. And as long as you have the masters as well. So that's the master recording. Excuse the music, I'm working from home. Yes, so Ecamm says for every super chat you give, we'll donate to Equal Justice Initiative. And that is the website for you to learn more about this organization. Thank you guys. How have singer-songwriters been using video and live video to replace in-person gigs? Oh, I've seen it a lot. So they're doing their own little concerts at home where people could donate and give money or like do a cash app. So even at venues, because you can only have a certain amount of people in the venues. So instead of having an audience in the venues, they'll go on stage and live stream their performance with their whole band. And so that's been helpful for a lot of artists to utilize the live streams and using video. That'll definitely help with their presence online and to stay consistent with their followers and their supporters of their music. Antoine, does posting to YouTube or any other social media platform means it's free use if not copyrighted? What do you mean? I think that would be, you're talking about the music from artists? Like if they post their songs on YouTube and stuff like that? Yeah, you want to have your stuff copyrighted. And I always tell people you don't have to copyright your songs right away, especially when you're just starting out. You want to kind of create a huge list of songs. I remember I talked to this A&R one time and he said, because I had 20 songs at that time that was recorded, and he said, you need at least 100. He said, how do you know, your writing style? How do you know, your strengths if you only have 20 songs? Okay, yeah. So you should copyright it. You should definitely copyright it, but that would be suffice. That would be enough to say, like, I own this song, But YouTube won't recognize it as something that's copywritten until you go through registering it. Yes, so I wanted to take a little time to just, I was gonna share my screen, but I don't know if it's working properly because it's my first time using Ecamm, so bear with me. Are there any more questions? Yes, you should definitely have the rights to the music before posting. If you could show proof that you have the rights to it, definitely. But it would be good if you have it registered, and some people use like a direct license with YouTube. Yeah, sometimes people do that all the time. They'll use your songs on their platforms and without paying for it. So that's why it's good to register them, because then YouTube would notify and say this song is copywritten. Just like if you were to use like a song that's out right now, like in a top 40 song, and you put it in your YouTube channel on one of your videos, and it'll scan it and say, oh, alert, you can't use this song. So you want to do that as an independent artist to make sure that your songs are registered and licensed, and sometimes you can get a direct license or use different apps that could help with that as well to register your songs so that no one could use it on YouTube or other platforms. YouTube Content ID, yes, that's what it's called. Thank you, Dean. Any more questions? So what I want to do right now is take a moment to show you one of the products that I offer, which is a Songwriter Kit that I created from scratch for the music creator. And it comes in this box Top Secret Songwriter. And gets delivered right to your house. And all the products that I have in here, I've created. So you get a little pop socket. And I also add in here a tote bag that comes in the box. I just want to be able to, a venue for artists to get paid during this time and have fans pay as if they were at the venues is View Sub. They are a fairly new platform. Thank you for that. Thanks. That is a really cool, it's a really great time for different companies to really capitalize on this time for artists, and that's very helpful to have platforms like that. And thank you so much, Antoine. All right, so inside of the box, you'll find a planner. When the roots are deep, there's no reason to fear the wind. Plan to succeed. And in this planner, you'll find business plan. You'll be able to write your business plan out, and it shows you tips on how to do that. Your business vision. So you're gonna learn about these things. My streams of income, and you have your little chart that you can use to really write down and plan out what other ways are you gonna make money for yourself. You're gonna have a quarterly budget. So it's kind of getting songwriters in the habit of learning about business and being the managers of their own ideas and their own platforms and things that they want to create. And these are just the goals. So go over different goals and weekly planners, and it has an overview of the month in here as well. And I also have a section for songs. So you can write down your songs in here and your publishing information. So you'll be able to have that for all your different song projects, just to keep up to date with everything and have it all in one place. So that's in the box. I also provided a water bottle for artists. I know when you go to the studio, it's always good to have a water bottle, and it has my logo on there. And you can use it for your tea, your drinks, all kinds of things. I also have the Gifted Songwriters Guide to Self-Development, Brand, and Music Business, which I wrote, which is a step-by-step guide. Talks about, the different ways you can set your foundation, learning how to care for yourself, because that's a very difficult part. I think people forget this, that songwriters and artists and music creators and musicians, they all go through so much in our daily lives, in our personal lives, and that all affects our art and our ability to create. So I always stress the importance of self-care, because that doesn't get talked about a lot. It's almost like you just do, and how can you be consistent when you're not feeling well? Mentally, physically, spiritually, all those places you feel out of whack. This is talking about how to get prepared. So I'll go through many things to talk to you about getting prepared and what to expect and being more organized. Setting up your publishing company, so you'll learn how to do that step by step. And how to brand yourself as a songwriter. I go through all of that information in here. And how will you market yourself as a songwriter? So that's another chapter. And the last chapter is a glance at music publishing. So you'll learn all about sync licensing, master licensing, mechanical royalties, everything you need to know when you're just starting out. And then you also get a secret song journal where you can write your songs. And in here I have over 100 writing prompts and exercises that'll help you start writing. And then it comes with stickers for your planner. And these are all customized stickers that I actually went through. Studio time, you got this, song list, performances, push yourself. Just something that'll be fun to help you get into the habit of writing in your planner and taking your career and the things that you want for yourself, for your life, seriously. And knowing that if this makes you happy, and it's what you want to do, then go for it. Go for it. I started from many humble beginnings, from someone who, came from a large family, many ups and downs, and so many things that I thought, well, how would I ever become anything in life? Like, feeling really doubtful and fearful and thinking that I didn't have what it took to do anything, to be successful, to build anything, to create anything. But one thing I learned is that you have to believe in yourself. If no one else believes in you, you have to believe in you. And if you don't believe in you, how do you expect other people to believe in you? So I always stress the importance of, even if you don't believe in yourself, keep saying to yourself, I believe, until you do believe. Because that's important for you to get anywhere in life. And I just would hope that you all could take away that piece, if anything at all. Stickers, yes. And planners are so helpful. I'm learning how to scroll up, but it won't let me. So I couldn't see all the comments, but yes, the box is loaded, and yes, there is a delay between us, just in case you're wondering. The box is loaded with materials, and it also comes with workshops, so videos that you can sign into. Oh, sorry. Let me move a little closer to the mic here. Thank you. So not only do you get the box, but you also get workshops that come with it. So you'll get your own username and password, and you'll get to go online and watch the workshops that give you more information. You have a mindset reset workshop, which is an 8-week workshop that helps you get through anything that you're holding on to, resentment, fear, clearing any blocks that you may have, and just practicing, getting rid of those blocks and moving forward, learning how to speak to your subconscious mind to transform your mind and to change your mind so that you can be the artist that you want to be, that you can be consistent, that you will be persistent, and really not give up on yourself. So it's definitely important. Do you have a video series that goes hand in hand with your workbook? So yes, there are the workshops online, and I'm actually going to be uploading 8 new videos that do go hand in hand with the different books that I've shared with you, like the planner, the guide, so that you'll get that one-on-one. So definitely. David says, huge Ecamm user, live stream daily, positive mindset and spiritual guidance. I love that because I'm all about the positive mindset and spiritual guidance. I adore that. Thank you so much for sharing. Antoine says, boom, there you go, Caleb. You're on your way to being the next breakout music artist. I love it. Caleb says he feels like he's going to become a songwriter after this. I mean, we all have a song in us, right? We all have stories. Ecamm, so glad to hear it, David. Caleb said, like this workbook and workshop could be so much fun to do. Definitely. So Antoine tells Caleb that he'll be at his first concert, front row. We'll all be rooting for you, and we want to hear your songs. Definitely. So that is Top Secret Songwriter, and providing coaching as well to help artists along the way. So even if you have issues in your relationships and just being motivated to do anything, whatever obstacle or anything that you want to talk about or work through, I provide that service as a coach to help artists along this path. And I also have a Facebook group that if artists wanted to be a part of that, they can also receive guidance there. and through my email, which is info@topsecretsongwriter.com. So let me see if this would work. You guys tell me if you can see my screen. Let's see. Could you guys see my screen? Do you see the website? Okay, let's see. Well, I'm seeing that may not work. Okay, so it's not allowing me to go to the website, but my website is www.topsecretsongwriter.com if you want to be able to learn more about Top Secret Songwriter or refer to your friends or family or someone that you know can benefit from the Top Secret Songwriter Kit. I see you guys here in the comments. Yes. Ecamm says go to topsecretsongwriter.com for more information. Yes. Hello, everyone that just came in and joined. Pastor Johnson, greetings to you. I have to select my browser as the app. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try that. This has been really fun to be able to use Ecamm for the first time I go live, right? Are there any questions? Do you have any questions for me? Caleb says he's going to check it out for sure. Thank you so much, Caleb. And I'm rooting for you. I want to hear some of your songs when you're done. Oh, you want me to try it now? Okay, let's see. I'm going to click share screen. And it says, got a super chat. Awesome. Thank you, Pastor Johnson. It says current application, Ecamm Live, camera effects, overlays, scenes, sound effects, sound levels. So I was trying to get it to, yes, I'm here in the picture. I was trying to get it to show my browser, but it's not. So my Instagram handle is Top Secret Songwriter, and you can also find my personal page is SOL_inspired, but Top Secret Songwriter is the handle for Instagram as well as Facebook, and Twitter is Top Secret Song. So that's what we are on. So here I'm back. Yes, this is the Instagram, Top Secret Songwriter. So I'm using Safari. I think that's probably why, because I didn't download Chrome on this. This is a new laptop, guys, a new MacBook Pro. So I'm still trying to get familiar with it, but definitely I will try that. Thank you so much, Keisha. Where it says current app, you select Chrome. Thank you so much. Well, this is where you can go on my Facebook page, is Top Secret Songwriter. And here's the Twitter. Thank you, Ecamm. Yes. Okay. Any app could work. Great. Caleb, thank you so much for the super chat. Equal Justice Initiative is where all of the donations will be going. And this is an organization that's fighting against mass incarceration and fighting for racial justice. Thank you so much, Ecamm. Thank you. Oh, you all had to learn. Okay, so open first and then share. All right, I'm gonna open it up. And let's see. Go to top. Let's see here. It's so funny with these kind of programs. You know, I don't see everything that I'm supposed to see probably. It's probably right in front of my face, but I just don't see it. But I'll definitely have to work on it because I don't see what you're saying about the app and selecting it. But thank you so much. You guys are so supportive. This is really great. Ecamm says, Ecamm Live users are the best users. We love how supportive the community is. You guys are so supportive, and I'm so excited to be a part of this community. Keisha says, there's a floating window. Okay, let's see. A floating window. I'm not seeing it. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much. You know, I really don't see the floating window, but this will be something I have to figure out at some point because I do want to be able to go live a lot more. Weekly will be great because then I would definitely have this down packed. Yeah, I don't see the floating window. I think my screen looks a little different. Well, do you guys have any more questions about Top Secret Songwriter, about myself? I definitely appreciate the support, and if you guys were to share. Antoine, thank you for the $24.99 super chat. Equal Justice Initiative will be so appreciative of these donations. That is amazing. Thank you. Yes, Antoine. So if any of you would like to follow me, make sure to follow me on Top Secret Songwriter at Instagram. I will follow you back and let's stay in touch. I will definitely be on here, and I will be thinking of a weekly show that I can do right here on Top Secret Songwriters Facebook and YouTube channel. So I really am very excited about this. And I thank you all so much for your love and support and just being here. Pastor Johnson says, if you have indie artists, send them our way, especially if they have video. I will play on my channel. Perfect. Yes. So like I was saying earlier, I'm going to be raising funds to create a TV show. It's going to be on his own network on YouTube. So not necessarily Prime TV, but on YouTube for Pitch My Song. It's an event that I will put on each year, which I started last year. And I did 2 so far. And this year, COVID kind of shifted things. So now I'm going to create the actual TV show that I wanted to create. So I think that would be great. Caleb says, yes, girl, I'll be following along. Can't wait for a YouTube series. Thank you. I have so many ideas and so many things I want to do with that. Keisha says a song crafting live workshop. Yes, I used to do in-person workshops a lot with song crafting and, writing, creating your song right there in a session. So this is going to be great to do it live. Antoine says, followed. So I'll definitely follow you back. Thanks for your support. This has been so great. And it's like, I'm like, I really would love to share my screen, but it just sucks that I didn't know how to do that. Send us an email. We will interview you on our channel and support. Thank you. That would be so, so great. I'll have to get your email once I follow you back. Thanks, Keisha, for following. I'll make sure to follow you back. Yes, I love this community. You guys are very supportive and made this very comfortable for me. So I'm excited that you all were to learn more about myself and about Top Secret Songwriter and what I'm doing and what I plan to do. And I'm just excited to be a part of this community. So thank you all. If there's no other questions, I think I'll be able to end the session today. Oh, thank you so much for your email. I'll definitely utilize this and give you, send you an email. Antoine says, I'd love to have you on my show as well after Pastor Johnson, of course. Perfect. Yes, I would love it. Definitely. This would be really great. Pastor Johnson says, Ecamm is the best. It is. So far, it's great. It's so great. And I'm using the camera from my laptop, but I also have an external camera I'm going to be testing out, guys. So wish me luck. But this has been really, really great, and I'm so grateful. So thank you all for tuning in and joining in this discussion with me and learning more about myself. I feel very honored to be a part of it. So I will definitely follow all of you back, and thank you so much, and I'm excited to be a part of this new community. Thank you, Ecamm, again for spotlighting content creators like myself. And yes, it is. The camera on my laptop is actually really clear. It looks good. Yeah, I have lights. I have 2 LED lights and a ring light in the middle. So I think that helps out a bit. Yes, thank you to Ecamm. Ecamm really gave it up. I give it up to you guys. Thank you so much for highlighting content creators like myself. This has been a great experience. So make sure you guys go over to topsecretsongwriter.com, and thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.